And welcome back here to Live Now from Fox. I'm Andrew Kraft, live picture there at the White House. Let's talk about the U.S. economy today and the ongoing tariff war. As the tariff war is ongoing, we did get the Consumer Price Index report for the month of February on the inflation picture nationwide. That CPI report we're going to be looking under the hood of in just a moment. This after President Trump today openly challenged U.S. allies by increasing tariffs on all steel and aluminum imports to 25% as he vowed to take back wealth, quote, stolen by other countries. This drew quick retaliation from both the European Union and Canada. Fox's Rebecca Castor with more.
Should I get in?
While car shopping at the White House Tuesday, President Trump did not seem too concerned about the U.S. economy, even as the markets take hits.
I think this country is going to boom. But as I said, I can do it the easy way or the hard way. The hard way to do it is exactly what I'm doing, but the results are going to be 20 times greater.
The hard way equals taxing foreign goods, with his 25% tariff on all steel and aluminum imports taking effect today.
Our steel and aluminum industries have actually applauded these tariffs because, again, they know it's going to grow their industry here.
Wall Street has not been applauding, though. The Dow plunged over 470 points yesterday after Trump threatened to double the tax on Canadian steel and aluminum. He was responding to Ontario's surcharge on electricity for U.S. customers, but Ontario's premier later backed down.
We have both agreed, let cooler heads prevail. We need to sit down and move this forward.
Meanwhile, CEOs are trying to adapt to Trump's changing trade policies.
I think the business community understands what the president is trying to do with tariffs, but we're going to have to watch and see how this all plays out.
Several countries are preparing to hit back, with Canada and the European Union planning to implement their own retaliatory tariffs. In Washington, Rebecca Castor, Fox News.
Rebecca, thanks so much. All right, we want to bring into the conversation now a friend there at the American Institute for Economic Research, Lydia Mashburn Newman. She joins me. Lydia, good to see you here. It seems like almost every week now we've been talking about tariffs, and we're continuing to do that. I got to ask, though, this. Is a tariff war overall good for the U.S. economy?
From an economic standpoint, a tariff war generally is not good either for the U.S. consumer or for the international consumer, because at the end of the day, it really mostly increases the price of goods. A more effective strategy for any country engaging in a trade war is to increase their competitive advantage. That's econ speak for make your products and your production lines more cost effective and make sure your economic environment and regulatory environment is better for businesses to do business. So at the end of the day, a trade war is not beneficial for the economy, and it can cause some serious hangups. But there are some serious concerns about what has open trade done to certain businesses and industries within the U.S. And those are some legitimate concerns because there are some dislocations that occur when you have certain industries that are impacted by trade practices that aren't necessarily even.
So, Lydia, the retort from the Trump administration is this, and we've heard this throughout the course of the last several days. There's going to be some short-term pain, but you haven't seen anything yet. The U.S. economy in the long term is really going to benefit from all of this happening right now. Do you buy that?
So from a tariff perspective, I don't know is that he's going to get as much bang for his buck as he is hoping on the tariff front. It is true the U.S. has the lowest tariffs globally, if you were to average them out. And so it is true that our foreign goods are somewhat advantaged compared to some of our goods overseas. So on a question of fairness, I can see that there are some concerns, especially with the EU charging higher tariffs, especially for agricultural products and automotives. But in terms of how do you really get that golden age that Trump has been talking about in the economy, the real solution, I think, are the other three planks of his economic agenda, which are on the deregulatory front. That's one of the reasons why businesses aren't competitive here.
All right.
So that's one of three.
Lydia, hold on for